Nowadays, it's honestly hard to try and go make a horror film that is original. Think about it, many of the horror genre nowadays go solely for jump scares or gore, which satisfies some people, but not everyone. But back in the 90s, a movie dared to try and be different with how it handled horror, and that movie was Scream. It was meant to be an answer to many horror tropes that had been going on for a while, and since it was made by Wes Craven, he knew his stuff. And the movie, and some of its sequels, became iconic horror hits. But what happened to the first film's cast? Allow us to show you Scream 1's cast then and now. Neve Campbell. 47-year-old Neve Campbell starred as Sidney Prescott, a young woman who was hunted by various killers, all taking on the persona of Ghostface throughout the franchise. In the first movie, Sidney was preparing for the first anniversary of her mother's murder when a new killer began stalking her. Her mother was believed to have been killed by a man named Cotton Weary, but it was later revealed that her mother's true murderers were Sidney's boyfriend, Billy Loomis, and his good friend, Stu Macker. After starring in the Scream movies, Neve continued to act and build her resume. She took on roles on shows like House of Cards, Medium, Grey's Anatomy, The Simpsons, and Mad Men. She also starred in movies like Investigating Sex, Skyscraper with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and Castle in the Ground. Neve has been married twice and has 2 children with her current boyfriend, J.J. Field. Her next gig is reprising the role of Sidney in Scream 5, which is something many fans are looking forward to. David Arquette. As Deputy Dewey Riley, David Arquette's character investigated the Woodsboro murders, and it almost led to his demise. Fortunately, he managed to survive and went on to live through 3 more movies. He also proposed to Gale Weathers at the end of Scream 3. Since starring in Scream, the 49-year-old appeared in several films, including Never Been Kissed, 3,000 Miles to Graceland, Bone Tomahawk, and more Scream movies. She's also had roles in shows like Friends, My Name is Earl, and Medium. Interestingly, David is also a professional wrestler who won the World Championship Wrestling Heavyweight title back in 2000. It's one of the most infamous moments in the history of wrestling, bar none. However, he did go and do a reprise as a wrestler and had an equally infamous match with the legendary Deathmatch King Nick Gage, and it made a lot of headlines when it happened. He recently starred in a documentary about his life, You Cannot Kill David Arquette. He'll be returning for Scream 5, and David talked to about who may or may not be returning for Scream 5, and it's an interesting list if you want to go and look it up. Courtney Cox. The now 56-year-old Courtney Cox played Gale Weathers, an overly eager journalist who covered the Woodsboro murders for a news outlet. While she originally serves as a nemesis for Sidney, Gale eventually became less focused on her career and more focused on building relationships with those around her. It may actually be one of the main reasons why she has survived so many attacks from the killer, and while she'll be back for Scream 5. Courtney was already starring on Friends from 1994 to 2004 when Scream premiered in 1996. But after the movie was released, she went on to star in shows like Dirt and Cougar Town, which earned her a Golden Globe nomination. Off-screen, she married Scream co-star David Arquette in 1999, but they later divorced in 2013. They have one daughter together, Coco, who was born in 2004. She's still doing her thing in Hollywood though, and some of that even includes doing production for shows which she really seems to love. And fans will love having her back for Scream 5 when the time comes. Skeet Ulrich. The now 50-year-old Skeet Ulrich played Sidney's boyfriend Billy Loomis in the first Scream movie. His involvement in Sidney's mom's death is actually one of the biggest twists of the film. However, after revealing his motivation in her murder, Sidney shoots and kills him. After his role in Scream, Skeet appeared in other films, including Nobody's Baby and Ride with the Devil. He also starred in several TV shows, including Miracles, Law & Order LA, and most recently, Riverdale, where he played F.P. Jones for the first 4 seasons. Skeet has 2 children with his ex-wife Georgina Cates, whom he divorced in 2005. Matthew Lillard. The now 50-year-old Matthew Lillard played Billy's accomplice Stu in the first Scream movie. Stu was the boyfriend of Sidney's best friend, Tatum. He also hosted a party at his house after his ex-girlfriend Casey was murdered. At the party, it's revealed that he and Billy are the Ghostface killers. Stu dies after Sidney drops a TV on his head and electrocutes him. So yeah, that was violent. After starring in Scream, Matthew took on the role of Shaggy in the 2002 live-action Scooby-Doo movie. He also appeared in movies like SLC Punk, She's All That, Love's Labor's Lost, and The Descendants. The actor, who married his wife Heather Helm in 2000, can also be seen in shows like The Bridge, the reboot of Twin Peaks, and Good Girls. He and his wife share 3 children together. Jamie Kennedy. In the first Scream movie, Jamie Kennedy, who's 50 years old now, he plays Randy, a horror movie buff who has feelings for Sidney. Even though he's shot by one of the killers towards the end of the movie, he survives. Sadly, we can't say Randy faces the same fate in the sequel, but he's still as memorable today as he was back then. Since Scream, Jamie has appeared in movies like Max Keeble's Big Move and Son of the Mask, as well as shows like Criminal Minds, The Cleveland Show, and Lucifer. Jamie also starred in the final 2 seasons of Ghost Whisperer with Jennifer Love Hewitt. He's also done stand-up comedy and has appeared in comedy specials throughout the years. Rose McGowan. In addition to playing Sidney's best friend Tatum, the 47-year-old Rose McGowan also played the girlfriend of Stu and the sister of Deputy Dewey Riley. Sadly, she was killed by Ghostface in a garage during Stu's party. But after her role in the movie, she went on to star in several 90s movies including Jawbreaker, The Doom Generation, and Southie. She also, most notably, starred as Paige Matthews on Charmed for 5 seasons. Most recently, she got into an online feud with her former Charmed co-star Alyssa Milano, saying the actress was toxic behind the scenes of Charmed. Ouch. Drew Barrymore. Yeah, almost forgot she was in the film, did you? The 45-year-old Drew Barrymore had a small but very memorable role as murdered teen Casey in Scream. When recently talking about the famous slasher movie, she revealed why she fought for her character to die so early in the movie. Mainly, she knew that it would be a big twist and that it would add a lot of impact on the film, and she was absolutely right. Now she's still one of the biggest names in Hollywood. She starred in movies like The Wedding Singer, Never Been Kissed, Donnie Darko, and 50 First Dates, as well as shows like Santa Clarita Diet, which was canceled way too soon. Her very own talk show, The Drew Barrymore Show, premiered in September 2020. Neve Schreiber. The 53-year-old Neve Schreiber played Cotton Wary in the Scream franchise. He was initially suspected of killing Sidney's mother, Maureen, but it was later revealed in the first movie that he was innocent, even though he and Maureen were having an affair before her murder. Neve got his big break in the Scream movies, and he's been acting ever since. He starred in films like Hamlet, The Omen, Salt, The Butler, and Spotlight. And on TV, he plays the title character on the crime drama Ray Donovan. Henry Winkler. The now 74-year-old Henry Winkler played Principal Hembry in Scream. He was tragically killed by the Ghostface killer, later revealed to be Billy and Stu, during a brutal attack in his office, so he didn't stick around for too long. But the Happy Days actor continued acting after this movie was released. Henry has appeared in movies like Click, Holes, and Here Comes the Boom, and in addition to playing Arthur Fonzie Fonzarelli on Happy Days, which he's best known for, the actor has guest starred in TV shows like Law & Order SVU. He currently plays acting coach Gene Cosino in Barry, of which he won an Emmy for Best Supporting Actor. So what do you think of this look at the cast of the original Scream movies and what they did after their film success? Did you forget about some of these people being in the original film? Are you excited for the 5th movie that is coming out soon? Do you think it can live up to the hype? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time with another amazing video.